Hello and welcome back everyone to Sunsaw Gaming. So today we've got two player masteries for you. And the first one's actually still from the old update. I just found this little nugget hidden away in all of my replays, so I'm going to throw that one in here. And that's from Carl Podell from Void 2. And our second one, I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. But hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's find out. So we're starting off here on Winter Malinovka, and Carl Podell is driving the T110 E5 before the nerfs to this tank. So I do apologise for not putting out this replay sooner if you're watching this, Carl. I did mean to. It got lost in all of my stuff. So here it is now, and this is just amazing gameplay here, guys. A bit of luck on his team as well. I mean, he's read the team lineups here. He can see there's only two heavies, and he's the only heavy on his team, so he's going out medium side, which is a smart move. Now you can see that his TDs, they're not doing that. They obviously haven't read the lineup. But I love what Carl does here. He just pushes down deep, pushes in, gets himself as far into this middle territory as he can to get hull down behind this ridge, and just use this position here. Now you can see as soon as he's in here, these guys, they're buggering off. And because they're running, that means that those two enemy heavies have most likely gone around the top side. And that works out in Carl's favour. Now, if you ever are a heavy on this map going down here like Carl is, do this. You have to be aggressive over here. You can't sit back, because if Carl sat back there, his mediums cannot push out of that back corner. Now, by being aggressive and pushing up here like he has, getting shots into that guy, he's going to distract him, and then his mediums are going to be able to move up, because that guy's no longer pinning them down. So great work there by Carl Podell, just clearing out that one last medium defender right at the back there. And he's going to get ready with his teammate here just to make the next move. And just amazing teamwork that he's got going here with his teammate. They are communicating. His teammate's about to go in behind this T110 E4. Carl sees a shot here, backs up to take it. Unfortunately gets an unlucky bounce. It comes off the upper plate of the T110 E4 there. But Carl's not going to stop there. He's going to push in. He's going to keep this E4's attention. He doesn't want him shooting his much softer platoon mate in the medium tank. Gets a very, very lucky bounce there from the E100, firing HE round, I believe. But very lucky. Followed by a very unlucky shot. I mean, he did hit the dirt on that one, and he's just going to try and pull up close to this E100. He can see his teammates are all working on the right of him, and that's fine. Unfortunately, does get a blind shot there. Not a blind shot, a ghost shell, and that was unfortunate. Now, something that I do find really, really out of place here is what happens next. A TD is going to pop up and just whack Carl from nowhere. This guy's basically been in spawn the whole game. He hasn't been spotted, and there he is, showing his nose a little late into the battle, and catching Carl out of position, to be honest, which is fair play. Now, Carl doesn't want to back off yet. He wants to continue with this E100, takes another shot for his efforts, but decides, okay, I can get this one last shell in, and now he's just going to back out. And that's the right thing to do. I mean, I probably would have backed out a lot sooner after I'd been shot the first time, but Carl did have the hit points to play with, so it didn't matter too much. Now, his teammate's going to rush in here just to try and save Carl. You can see his screen's a bit erratic at the moment, and that's because he went into survival mode. He's making sure he's not getting shot from anywhere around him. Now, unfortunately, his teammate does become the prime target for the enemies here, and he's going to go down in just a second right there. Very unfortunate, but his teammate does get Carl Podell out of here alive, which is what needs to happen. Now, Carl's in the middle of three tanks. He's got to move. He's got to push forward, which is exactly what he's doing. He's getting himself out of crossfire very well, considering where these tanks on the enemy team are placed. And he's doing a very good job of keeping one target in his range and being only in one of the enemy tank's target range as well. So he's not getting focus fired by three tanks at the same time. He has singled them out. Now, his teammate has gone down in the middle, which is unfortunate, but bound to happen when you're trying to cap at the end of a game and everyone's right near you. Now, it gets a nice shot there into the Jagdtiger. The Jagdtiger misses, and Carl Podell could pick up the kill on this guy, and hopefully that Death Star does not get him from behind, because that would have been a big game changer if that Death Star had come up behind him. Unfortunately, no Death Star for the enemy team right there, but Carl Podell knows where he is. He's going to go hunting. Sees the Death Star, does take a massive hit there. Good thing is ammo rack doesn't go off, leaves the Death Star with 5 hit points, goes for the ram kill. Beautiful, beautiful gameplay. And a lovely match there. Great way to end it too, on a ram. So he gets the Ace Mastery, 5,734 damage with 4 kills. And I mean, just absolutely stellar gameplay. Just being very map aware, being aware of what he can do, using his hit points right in the right areas, pushing when he needed to. Just spectacular. I mean, you and your teammate done a good job carrying the team there. And of course, the Leopard PTA put in his bit as well. Now, we're going to jump into the next match here, which is on Falls Creek. And this is Fero Stuff My Cheeks, aka Nisk. And he's going to be driving in his Grill 15. So this is quite a high damage replay here, guys. I do believe he gets over 7,000 damage. So just pay attention. Like, this whole match could have gone so much differently. What happens at the end by the enemy team, just, it baffles the mind. It baffles the mind, people. Don't do it. You'll see exactly what it is when it happens, and you will sit there and shake your heads just the same as I did. Silly gameplay by the enemy. Lost this for their team and gave Fero amazing damage. So kudos to the enemy team for allowing this replay to be so good. Now, it is going to start off quite slow. Fero here is just going to be real cautious, looking for the shots where he can. As you can see, his mediums have gone out that side. They are engaging the enemy mediums that are over there, and Fero's just keeping an eye on it, as you can see, just looking over in that direction, being map aware. Just checking what the hit points are at of the enemy team, allied tanks as well, and just looking for the shots like that one to basically become available. And that was great work. That mouse there just got double tapped, really nicely done, and Fero keeps himself safe. Now he's just going to keep looking for shots. He's going to keep being nice and patient. Luckily that FB4005 actually missed Fero there. I do believe he was aiming at Fero, but these guys have rushed down to deal with this mouse. Now, Fero's done the right thing. In this situation, if everybody rushes down, it becomes just too much of a pain in the ass. But if only a couple of tanks push in to deal with a tank that is down the bottom here, it leaves other tanks like Fero to be able to sit back and just stop the enemy from pushing their tanks in there, at least without losing hit points like that guy did. Like, that guy had to expose himself to Fero to get down there to help his teammate. So it always helps to leave one tank or two tanks back up top here just to cover those other tanks, you know. Don't all focus YOLO one target. Like, you get in there and then you're all stuck in a bowl trying to push up without the proper gun depression to hit the enemy tanks. So I do like what Fero done in staying up top. It was a smart decision. Now, as you can see, they have kept C, they have kept A. The enemy, they have the numbers. They are also up one tank. But what are they doing? They are pushing all of their tanks in. They are attacking Fero's team. And it's going to cost them. Like, this AMX-50 just given his side for an HE round for Fero to pick up. Silly, silly, silly gameplay. I mean, they're rushing Fero now one at a time. I mean, he was sent a bit high on that ridge, gets shot from behind, but the enemy team is not being very effective here. They are clearing out Fero's team. There's only 2 versus 4 now, but look at them. They've lost a lot of hit points, they've lost a lot of cover, and they've lost a lot of other things. Like, the enemy team has just thrown away all of the advantages they had. And Fero picks up another kill there. It's now down to a 2 versus 2 because his teammate picked up another kill. And this is all because they advanced. All they had to do was, like, maybe cap B and then go hide in the buildings over by A. Fero and his teammates would have had to have kept C and pushed into B to try and stop cap points, which would have left them exposed and not the enemy. So I don't know why the enemy pushed in. It was a very dumb mistake on their part. Now, I like how Fero lets his teammate go forward there. If his teammate died, Fero could have pushed in, picked up that last kill, but his teammate does pick up the kill, and that's a nice big victory for Fero and his grill. So just a second here, we will get to the mastery screen. Sorry, it's taken a little while to load in. I'm not a big fan of these new victory screens. I hope you guys learned something from those two matches, though. I mean, they were very well played, and this Ace Mastery right here, like I said, over 7,000 damage. He gets 7,184 with the 3 kills, and that was all made possible by a big mistake by the enemy to push in on Fero. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button for me. It helps out a lot, but look at that damage. Very spread out across both teams, except for Fero's massive 7,000. Until next time, guys, stay safe, use cover. Cheers.